Hey, Jared 200, how are you? It's Tuesday, the 19th of June, and this is going to be a shorter video. But the good news is we've left the population analysis, fertility, um, changes in mortality, aging demographics. We've got done with the biology. We've gone over the psychology of aging, mixed that psychology with the biology when discussing Alzheimer's and mental health disease. And now we're going into something that is in your guys' wheelhouse, I think, because many of you are business majors, and if you're not a business major, then this is something that you really need to know about, because it's kind of the economic and financial consequences of aging. Okay, and that's where we're at. So unfortunately, okay, there's a good news, bad news scenario. So the good news is you're already halfway through the semester, and again, we compressed 15 weeks into 6. But the bad news is in order to get this done, we had to put 3 different topics. So we have 3 discussions and 3 readings in this particular week. So this is kind of a hell week for you guys. All right. All right. So to demonstrate this, we'll come down in here. We'll look at the discussions. Okay. And we see we have the 3 discussions. Okay. So the first thing is the flip side. Okay, of the fact that we are living so long. Okay, is that our government can no longer finance retirement beginning at age 62, 65. So we need to work longer and longer if we're going to financially support ourselves into our older years of 80s, 90s, and even 100s. So that's become this huge dilemma, all right? And it's hard to stay competitive, okay? Just imagine yourselves, you guys are at the bottom right now, you're in your 20s. Imagine being 80 years of age, okay? And still having to be competitive with 20-year-olds. Okay, all right, that's an exaggeration, but the reality is many of you may be 70 and you still may need to work, okay? And you're gonna have to have the ability to match the energy of a 20-year-old and in the intellectual speed of a 20-year-old. So it's a tough thing. So we're going through here a couple of examples that happened in recent history of unemployment and how hard it hit the elderly. Okay, then we jump in here into the concept of Social Security, and we were asking you guys to discuss Social Security and things that are matched with this. These are our entitlement programs and our Medicare program. Okay, alrighty, and then we come down here and we start looking at savings. Okay, retirement savings, and we're going to get into that in readings. And when you look at these articles, the reality is mind-boggling where our country is at right now. So this is going to be a huge burden to you guys when you get older, is that most of society does not save for the reality of living long. Okay, so we come over here now to the course readings. Okay, and like I said, we've blown through all the biology and the psychology. We talked about these this social impacts here, which was totally connected to these diseases to caregiving, okay? And we talked a little about the financial consequences, and then we go into the economics here, okay? And we have boom, 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 June 18th, June 18th, June 18th. So we're going to talk about kind of broad world aspects here. Then we get into the nitty-gritty here in a chat, the PDF file that we've seen before. And then we're going to get into some real neat aspects of retirement planning, everything things that you guys should all be familiar with. Okay, so if we click on this guy right here, takes you to this article right here. Okay, and again, it goes through things that we've already discussed. The changes in populations, what's driving that population. We see fertility. Okay, we see mortality. We're all living longer. Okay, the fact that we live longer and there's less children to provide support for us, okay, caregiving and things like that. There's a big societal financial conflict and very complicated life ahead of you guys, okay? Alrighty, one of those things in terms of the economics had to do with immigration. So it was always thought that immigration was a valid approach in terms of being able to retire people out but keep your business running by bringing in immigrants if fertility is low, but that's become a very difficult, kind of hot topic in terms of our political arena right now, and that is the role that immigrants are going to play in our future society. Okay, and so I want you guys to read through that and think about it. We talked a little bit about kind of the world consequences, because many different parts of the world are dealing with immigration and also dealing with this shifting demographics of many more old people. And talk about Korea right here being the one that is going to show the most significant increase in elderly population. And we see this right here. This is, again, the this organization for economic cooperation and development, and they're showing right here all the countries that were involved in that. You see this shift that's happening by 2030 in terms of the dependency ratio and things like that. Okay, and we're going to see a big shift and a big problem. Okay, it talks about the drivers. I'm not going to read through that, but I found this really kind of interesting with respect to you guys, and you guys are who we're talking about here, in that many people are delaying life transitions. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, well, that means that that this transition into full adulthood, which is, we talk about economic independence from your parents, that this is being delayed. Okay, things like the formal adult union of marriage, again, is being delayed. Okay, and commitment to this kind of collaboration of parenting is being delayed. And so we're seeing an increasing age of first marriage, and then the age of the firstborn child is increased. And as we remember from our discussion about fertility, you don't get married till you're 30, and then lo and behold, you're infertile and you can't have kids. Okay, so this is going to cause big political consequences, economic consequences when it comes to caregiving and just society's role. Okay, we need more people to care for the older people, and guess what? In 2050, you're going to be part of that older people discussion. Okay, all right. So we come back over here, and we look at the next reading. Okay, and I'm not going to get into this too much, but again, this is a familiar chapter. We go into this guy right here. You click on this right here, and if you look back at it, we want you to do chapter number 3, economic preparation for retirement. So we talked about the global, worldwide issues, okay, and then we give you some hard and fast advice right here, okay. All right, so you come in here and we find the area, and there it is, number 3. And what's really cool about this PDF file is that you can click on this and it takes you right to the reading, okay. If you click back, it takes you back here, and it takes you right here. All right. So we want you to go over these and think about, are you ready or not? Is society ready or not? And looking at each of these things. Social Security, is it adequate? What's happened to the pension landscape? Gender differences, things like that. And then, why is it so important to save? Okay. And it goes through each one of these different things right here. All right. I'm not going to go through this, but it's a really cool reading for you guys. Okay. Alrighty. So then we come back over here. Again, we go back to our course readings, and I think we come to the part that I really think, once you've put it all together, this is kind of an execution plan for you guys. So it's time for you guys to start thinking about your own retirement planning, just to start investing in your lives. Okay. And we're going to talk about Social Security, pensions, IRAs, things like this. Okay. Alrighty. So we have a number of different things for you to look at right here. Okay. For those of you guys that are going to become money managers someday, investment counselors, this is exactly what you need to be really proficient at. Okay. All right. So so there's a number of different things I want you to just go into, read through them all, and capture all this. Okay. I've also given you sound advice, and I'm not going to read this for you about what it is you need to do, but here's the reality. Working to age 70 causes a dramatic increase in your Social Security benefit, most important for the lower socioeconomic end of our society. Okay. And go in here and check things out, as I indicated right here, in terms of what's going on, in terms of your retirement income, and that being Social Security. And then we're going to go into the financial planning aspects here. All right, so we talk about defined contribution. This is what you take out of your paycheck. Defined pension plan, okay? And this is disappearing. Okay, as it says, it's disappearing. It's current in government programs that we pay tax dollars for. All right, so again, I'm not going to just read this for you. I want you guys to kind of check it out. I made a cheat sheet here for you guys to think about in terms of investment strategies. Okay, and this is a 401k. That's what I have. Okay, and how much you can invest in your 401k. Okay, we see this actually the $6,000 bump here after age 50. Then we have an IRA and a Roth IRA, and there's differences in terms of tax benefits on this. This is beneficial for the younger individual that doesn't make a lot of income, so you're taxed when you put it in. These are beneficial when you're older and you're not making as much money or using as much money. So you kind of have to balance these issues. So again, it's time for you to just kind of look through these, all right? And these are a number of other supportive readings for you on this, okay? All righty. So just check it out, okay? This is a really cool, if you still want to read more up on this, is a really cool article in Forbes magazine that talks about annuities. That's a whole different ball game, okay? It all has to do with fee schedule. What I really want you guys to do, and if you read through this, I really want you guys to go ahead and think about creating your own Vanguard or Fidelity account, okay? The reality is when you do your own investing, the fees are so small. The huge issue is fees, okay? When somebody else does it for you, then the fees are exorbitant, and in long term, you lose out on hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, so that is it. So this, like I said, there's a lot going on this week. I'm your biggest cheerleader, all right, guys? You guys are going to do this. This, again, is something that should be really, really interesting to most of you. Many of you that are, like I said, are business majors. This is right up your wheelhouse. And we will see you next time.